Yo, 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 yo. What it is, what it could be. It's your man Nino Black. We here with another episode of Black Thoughts. Uh, I always wanted to do something like this, something similar. Now, I still ain't worked out the kinks, but I think it's gonna be a dope conversation. Anybody who knows me knows that I love having conversations that are thought provoking, conversations that lead and bring resolutions to the issues that plague our neighborhood and our community. So one of the one conversations that I hear happen often and I see posted and plastered all over social media is dating while black. Women feel like men don't do enough. They're not consistent. They're not persistent. They're not honest. Men feel like women don't have nothing to bring to the table but pussy. So I want to have a conversation. I want to figure out why that is and why do the black man and the black woman tend to butt heads as it pertains to the dating scene. So what I did was I sent the link out. I got a bunch of people that's looking eager to give their opinion. So I'm going to bring a couple people in. First, I'm going to bring my guy, Larry Changeman in. What's good, big dog? How you doing, fam?
What up, homie? What up?
What's up? What's up, man? We're going to get into this conversation, man. We're going to get real greasy. If you can, be as honest as possible and understand that it might get a little spicy. You know what I mean? Might get a little spicy, but we're going to keep it real. Okay. Next, we got Mel B. How we doing, Queen?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. You look like you coming with the bullshit. You look like you got a whole lot. Oh, you look like you coming with the bullshit. But we want the conversation to be as honest as possible. So speak from your perspective and give us your truth. Next, we got my homeboy Watts. What's good, big dog?
Let's do peace. Let's do
peace. Look, Mel's coming with the shit, bro. So look, I don't know if she's coming for a solution or a baby daddy, but we're gonna try to help her get one of them by the time we get done. We got somebody else that's hopped on a panel. It looks like somebody by the name of Jordan. Jordan, do your camera work? You got a cracked screen or something?
I just wanted to be a spectator. I didn't know I was going to be a part of the conversation.
No. You good. You still can be a spectator. No problem. But we could use another woman's So go put your good wig on and turn the camera on.
Please come on in.
Yeah, go on and put your good wig on and go on turn the camera on.
Well, let me go do that for real. Well, not a wig, but let me put something on my head.
Yeah, go on.
Get your bonnet, sis.
Get your bonnet, sis. So while she getting ready, man, I want to go ahead and throw it out there. One thing that I realized, right? Because since I started doing this, and I don't even like calling it a show. People keep telling me I should, but ever since I started doing this, I get people inboxing me questions all day long. And I see people inviting me into singles groups and shit like that all day. I see people in singles group, travel groups, people trying to connect and trying to get together. And the one thing that always baffled me is once I got put into a single group, I won't say the name of the single group, but it had like 500 members. And these 500 members, they connect, they kick it, they go to parties together. And I'm like, but y'all all still single. Like, how in the fuck are y'all all still single in a singles group? So I asked, I said, like, what is the problem? Like, how is it 500 of you motherfuckers in one group and all y'all single? Now, y'all fucking the shit out of each other, but you single as shit. You know what I mean? Like, how in the hell is that possible? And when I talk to the ladies, because, they more forthcoming with how they feel, they like, man, niggas ain't shit, number one. They lie, number two. What else they said? They said,
they inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Oh shit! What else y'all got? What else did we do wrong? We inconsistent and what else? Ladies,
it's another one. What's the other one? Y'all are not honest.
For it.
Not honest. Hey, now somebody.
But those are the biggies. Those are the biggies.
Hey, somebody got me playing on another device. If you can, turn it down. Because it's like an echo. I think it's Jordan, it was you. So I don't know if you got the phone, if your speaker is on the bottom, turn your speaker sideways. And sis went and got that bonnet too. You got her fucked up. She got that's probably
hey, turn your screen lock off, Jordan.
Yeah, turn your screen lock off, Jordan. Jordan says she went and got her goddamn velvet bonnet. You hear me?
I told you what it was, man.
She said all the real thoughts is inside this bonnet.
The bonnet holds the power, little do you know.
Oh man, hold on. We got my big dog. He in this piece. Got my partner.
Yes, thank you.
Yo, man, what up with the dude?
The world traveler,
Mr. International himself.
What's up, y'all?
Go get it. Now look. So what we finna talk about, man? Let's talk about dating. So far, the women has told us we are inconsistent, right? We inconsistent. We lie. We what else? We don't know what the hell we want. We don't know who we are. What else y'all say? We broke.
Dang.
But let me play devil's advocate with that right there, though. It's a lot of women that's that too. I'm gonna tell you off the top, I ain't shit.
Right.
Wow.
I ain't cheap.
I'm not shit.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to this love thing. Y'all want me to be all the way honest and upfront with this shit. I ain't shit. I'll walk away and run away from a nigga real quick.
Really? Why is that?
Well,
Because I have this thing, right, where I'm too busy working on my own shit to put my 2 cents into your shit.
Right.
So if you coming to me with your shit and your shit ain't together, I don't have time for you to get that shit together. I love you for who you are.
Right.
So when you say get your shit together, what shit are you referring to that needs to be got together?
Meaning that there's a lot of back work that you got to do on yourself before you come to somebody and say, I love you.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? If I'm looking at you and I feel like you're giving way more to me than you're giving yourself, then why am I here? You don't even love yourself.
Well, one thing that I noticed is you just skipped the whole phase though. You already at love. Like, can I get my shit together while we dating, motherfucker? Like, god damn, we skipped the whole phase. Like, we in phase 3 of COVID. Your ass, oh god damn.
It happens that way sometimes because somebody might be coming to you and be like 3 months, 4 months into the line, I love you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. I'm like, brother, hold on.
Hey, what they say? That nigga lying.
And I'm looking at you like, what are you doing? So there go my legs. They running.
But you know what?
So,
the same thing apply to women. And fellas, y'all can back me up on this. Fellas, y'all can back me up. You can meet a woman in the club on Friday. Y'all can smash on Saturday. On Tuesday, she telling niggas she taking. She telling niggas she taking. She blocking niggas' numbers in the phone and everything.
Nah, she looking for something. She after something that you got, and she's honed into that only.
But
that's the same thing though.
That's the same thing.
A nigga is honed in on you. That's why he telling you he love you and shit. And
he know you put pancakes from scratch. He trying to get some of the motherfuckers. That's what it is. He like,
and I'm running.
So let me ask you. So how everybody don't talk at once, but what is dating? Like, how do you describe dating? Because she just said dating and I love you. God damn, everything in the middle just disappeared.
What are we talking about dating in 2020 or dating in 2016?
Man.
That's a good question.
That's a whole different thing.
Can you break down the difference? What's the difference in 2016 and 2020?
You can look at the marriages. The marriages is failing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so much out here. There's so much temptation out here. Like, I'm a man. I'm gonna admit to it. If I see something nice, I'm gonna look. So I know for a fact I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for marriage. I'm not ready to fully commit. So I know when I do, my eyes are just gonna be glued on one woman. Like, true enough, I done made mistakes. I done probably everything up under the sun. So I know me at 38. I know I'm not ready for that. So you got to take accountability as a man. You know what it is now. It's 2020. It's everything out here, but you got to be careful because these girls are trickier than boys. So, you know, you gotta you
diabolical. That's what you call it.
You gotta take light to what you're doing now.
Man.
Okay. So Jordan, what is dating in 2020?
I think.
And you better not say let a nigga use your EBT card, because that is not what we doing in 2020.
I mean, yeah, EBT. I was there. I guess dating shouldn't be as what's the word? Not as be more kind of like more strings attached, more freedom. You shouldn't just tie yourself down if you're dating, unless y'all are really in a serious relationship. Like, it's okay to date other people, as long as you ain't sleeping around with all of them. It's okay.
Man, them black people living, man. Black families living, man. Black men, black women, they living, man. They trying to build themselves now. Don't nobody want to be tied down no more.
Nah, them days are over.
Like, if it wasn't so much stuff, if it wasn't, if you didn't see all these videos and all these temptations, it'll be a lot of more commitment. It'll be a lot of more family-oriented stuff going on. But nah, people want to go to Miami. People want to go to strip club. They really want to see. They want to see ass. Like, so that commitment shit, that shit dead, man. Like, I'm sorry for what it is,
but you know what? I done been in several relationships, like hundreds. I done been in several relationships, and I don't think hundreds. Yeah. Nigga, I'm one of them type of niggas that like to fail quick so he can keep learning and keep going so he can keep failing. And
if you don't succeed, try again, right?
Absolutely. And I've never been attracted to the women that most people are attracted to in 2020. Like the ones that do all the city girl shit and all that. That's never attracted me.
It's just a temptation.
Yeah, I mean,
it ain't even really that. Like,
it ain't even that. Like I can right now tell you the name of every stripper in the city of Nashville, and damn near 70% of the ones in Atlanta. But I didn't meet them at the strip club. I met them motherfuckers at Starbucks, at motherfucking at Kroger. Like, I didn't meet them in the strip club. You see what I'm saying? But I've never been attracted to that. So I don't think. Do y'all really think that that's the blame for us not wanting to settle down?
Here's what I think, man. I think we suffer from, I call it the illusion of infinite potential, meaning that when you scrolling through Facebook, you're scrolling through Instagram, you're seeing all these pictures of these beautiful women, some of them you know, some of them that you can have a few words in the inbox or whatever. So it gives you this feeling of you can always do better. You can always choose someone else. You know what I mean? And a part of a relationship is being leveraged in a place to where you are sharing a connection with someone to where it's value in extending it. You know what I'm saying? It's value in building it. It's value in moving forward with that person. Yeah. So a lot of people aren't even able to get to that first level. Like, dating today really is just a placeholder while you're sleeping with someone. And then when you're done, you're just done dating. And that was the date. That was the relationship. And so I think the internet is really to blame, because back then you used to have to go face to face, meet someone. Like, you be in the club, you know, you have to walk up to them, try to get the number, you know, and deal with rejection right away. But a DM slide don't take nothing but 1 minute, and it don't hurt if you get rejected. So I think it's a challenge.
Not at all. Yeah, and it's a lot of people that is completely self-centered on themselves.
Exactly.
They're not focused on what it is that you're doing as far as building and having an actual relationship with someone. They're totally on, I'm gonna fuck with this nigga and see what I can get out of him, and then I'm gonna move on to the next nigga. Girl, and did you know when I went off his house, his friend was even finer than him, and he had a Benz and this nigga in a Honda. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not even about the actual relationship at that point. It's about what I'm gonna get from you, and then what I'm gonna see if I can come up with from this motherfucker, and men do the same thing. I'm gonna be with this girl, and then see such and such. Oh, her friend on about a few more businesses. Let me break up with her real quick and see what her friend talking about. They ain't doing nothing but networking. If you was really just in an open relationship and just doing whatever the fuck you wanted to do, why did you have to lie to everybody to do that? You didn't have to do that.
And see, and that's why I think it's important by the time we finish with this conversation, not only to define collectively what dating is, but what are the phases of dating? Because I've seen people meet somebody and already start lying to them. Like, I ain't talking about
immediately.
You the only person I'm talking to. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Who's gonna believe
what you lying to him for?
You don't even know me. You giving me too much credit by lying to me already.
What Kanye say? He said you only lie to someone that you love.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what my goal is. My goal is by the time we get finished, I want us to be able to define it, because I'm gonna tell you, women and men have two totally different concepts of what dating is. Two totally. Men, better yet, men. Mr. Watts, can you define your concept of dating?
Man, I think dating it's a selection process. Like, dating is like, I'm gonna piggyback off Jordan a little bit and then I'm gonna spin somewhere else. So like, I think that you should not be tied down necessarily. I think that that's a point where you're saying like, well, this person has this, that 80-20 is this, like, but I don't fuck with they 20 like that. So let me let them slide. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm fucking with this motherfucker, but you a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? But at this, like, you have to be honest about that process with them though. Like I'm letting you know, like, I'm dating. You know what I'm saying? And like, at the end of the day, it's like, good luck. But women don't like the thought of, like, they're like, I ain't competing with nobody. I'm like, man, what you thought that when we met it was just gonna be it? You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as we met, it was just supposed to be everybody else gotta go. She just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know shit about you. Like, so
and
I definitely
I want to hone in on that thought right there of women saying, I don't want to share, and it's like, damn, we just started dating. So I want to hone in on that. So hold your thought right there. Jordan, one of the ladies, what's your concept of dating?
I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I'm dating one person exclusively to anybody.
Okay, well, you don't count. You're a dude. Jordan, you don't count. Jordan.
Well, I guess in my 20s, my ideal day would just be only dealing with one person. So like everything that Harold was saying, that was me. But now that I'm getting older, I guess my idea of dating has changed based on my experience. And I would say being able to date, getting to know maybe more than one person. Maybe go out, I don't know, to the park or do some type of date. Not just always have to be sexual. Just really actually getting to know that person.
Okay, so how many dates is the limit before you decide that we need to take it to another level? How many dates you got calculated?
I would at least say within maybe, I don't know. I don't know about the number, because like you can go on like 3 or 4 dates in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe maybe based off time.
Hey, you notice when I asked you that question, everybody started looking at you like, oh shit. Everybody started looking at you like, what's the magic number before I gotta hit the eject on her ass? So you don't think it's a certain number. What is it? So how do you determine if it's time for us to move to another level?
Maybe we have an actual conversation. Like, do we still want to stay at this level? Do we want to actually move things, move forward with things? Actually, monogamy be one-on-one.
So in this process, are you dating somebody else?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I am until if we both are on the same page. Sure, I'll let the other guys go if I'm seeing other people.
So, because one thing that I hear a lot from women is, I can't date multiple people at one time. That's what I hear.
That's what you heard that from.
In 2020, you heard that?
Yeah. Hold on. The men can protest this. And women, y'all know y'all do this. This is what y'all do. Y'all get a little Corey. He ain't got no job. He ain't got no future, no nothing. Y'all fucking the shit out of him on the first
pipe.
Yeah, everybody else, the niggas who got shit going for themselves, Oh, you want it got to be a title on that motherfucker. We got to go on 9 days. I need a lace front. It's a whole different ball game when it come to us.
Hey, check this out, Nino.
It go for us too.
I done had girls before tell me that they can't sleep with me because I'm too much like somebody they can see themselves marrying.
Absolutely. That's that 19. I said that's that 1990 game. They running that 1990 game on you. They running that Drew Hill on you. That's what they be saying, man. So my question is, when women say, I don't like Shan. We only been dating for two weeks, a month. I don't like Shan. What the fuck is Sharon? I ask that question all the time. What am I, a Caprice Classic? What the fuck is Sharon?
She's not the priority. If she gonna be in your life, you gonna have to make her priority over everybody.
She ain't even got enough shit for me to make her priority. That's why we just started dating.
This is what the problem is. That's why I have a different set of standards than
he said. You don't count you.
I listen because I was raised by a cousin and a brother. I don't listen. It take a lot for me to even get you that close to me. So for you to listen, if you gotta understand, it's a lot of shit out here that you just gotta sit back and be like, for real, you just really. Just like a woman is out here looking for love, most of the time they're really not looking for anything.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay. When you say that, let me ask you a question. How many jobs have you had in your lifetime?
A lot.
You had a lot of jobs in your life. So in a lifetime, you had a lot of goddamn jobs. What was your point of working them goddamn jobs?
To get the money. I had a lifestyle that I was trying to maintain.
Okay, gotcha. So with that being said, Monique want to know, what is the ultimate goal of dating? What is the purpose? What the fuck are we dating for? What is the reason for dating?
That's what I was telling you. It's the selection process. Like we have some fun together. I'm gonna get to see you upset because you're gonna feel like you at a disadvantage sometimes, especially if you know that like somebody's openly dating. One night you don't hear from them too much. They like, man, this nigga with somebody like, and I know he dating like that. Like, so you're gonna see him upset. You're gonna get to see how they handle like frustration. Like, I feel like their process. Like, I feel like it's the perfect. If you do it right, I feel like it could be the perfect process to who you really kind of want to fuck with. Like, because you gonna see. What'd you say?
No, I was gonna say. So, Larry, my question is: if I'm dating 4 queens, right? I got 4 queens. I'm dating them.
Yeah, with this white swag like that.
Can I fuck all 4 of them?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna have to tell them though, because that's just off the strength of science and STDs and shit. Like, you know
guess what? They gonna do it too.
They gonna fuck out too.
Yeah,
I think.
Man, listen, man. I just told you, man. Listen, it's 2020. It's 2020. That's my focus. It's 2020. So now, don't get it confused. You listen. If I meet a woman off the bat, you know right then and there what you're gonna do. Either you gonna smash or you see some potential in trying to and being with this woman. As soon as you walk up to her and boom, y'all hit it off probably strange numbers. Y'all know what y'all gonna do. She know if she gonna fuck you tonight.
Thanks.
You know if you trying to fuck tonight.
That's true. Yeah.
So like I say, man, it's 2020, man. Like, I'm trying to get on the same page with somebody. Me and you connect. It don't matter, big, little, small, however. And that's and again, like that's where we, as a whole, men and women, like we just gotta come to reality, man. It's 2020. You gotta live in 2020. I'm almost living in 2019 because if you dealing with 3-4 men and you dealing with 3-4 women, guess what? If you choose to deal with all of them, that's just what you do. You single. You got the right to do whatever you want to do. Now, if you meet that one person and y'all hit it off, then y'all gotta come to some conclusion. Like, look, this is what it is. But if you real about your situation, you can tell that person off top, man, I'm dealing with this person, I'm dealing with that person, period. And that woman is going to be like, okay, well, I can respect that. It's either you going to leave or you going to stay.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest problem with women. Women like leadership. They like a blueprint. A lot of times when women get into a relationship with a man, they get turned off because they don't know what's to come. Men often don't give a blueprint and go, look, this is where we going. This is the plan. This is how the fuck we gonna get there. This is the role I'm gonna play. What role you gonna play? So a lot of the times, men don't give women the option. They don't get it. They force them into some shit. They get into oh yeah, I didn't tell you. Oh, I should have told you. I've been fucking her for 2 years and we was married for 3. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that. They don't give the option. Now, I noticed that a lot of women don't give it to. If you just be honest, they like, hey, well, fuck it. If you married, let you fuck off. Hey, I don't give a shit.
But the reason why that is because once we get on level with you and we tuned in and we in tune with you, we get tunnel vision. We don't see anybody else but you. And with that being said, we're not giving a fuck about this shit out here. Once we really get into you like that, we're not worried about what you got going on with Lakeisha down the block. He went down Lakeisha's house, girl. I'm finna call him. He told me he was gonna be down there. We don't give a fuck what you down there doing.
Huh. She said she don't give a fuck about Lakeisha.
I don't give a fuck about Lakeisha. What I do know is at 6 p.m. I know this car gonna be pulling up in this driveway.
Yeah.
So with that being said, that's another thing too that's gonna get you to that next level in dating. Is once you get that vibe and you catch that vibe with somebody, and you know that this is his schedule, this is what he got going on. You know, by 6:30 he gonna be ringing my phone, babe. You okay? Do you need anything? It's a wrap. I'm not thinking about nobody else but you, Daddy.
Yeah. Hey, Surreal said, but when you find that one out of the 4 that you really feeling, how do you still fuck with the other 3? Make it
make sense.
If you real about it, the other 3 ain't gonna make sense.
Yeah, if you real about it, the other 3 ain't gonna make sense. Unless you live my life. My lifestyle different. Yeah, them 3 always makes sense in my world. Unless you live it like me, motherfucker, 3 always makes sense.
I don't even want to have that conversation because that's some 2020 shit right there.
Nah, there ain't no 2020 shit. I've been doing that since I was 15. You ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah. I think I'm a little bit different too because I really don't even like dating multiple women at the same time. And the reason I say that is I don't see how you can focus and get to know one individual on a profound level if you're multitasking, because you're diluting your ability to be able to access who that person is. You know what I mean?
You got ADHD.
I partially agree.
Yeah, that's if you got ADHD.
And you're really building a super woman. You know what I mean? If you got one woman that does this, and this, you have another woman that does that, and this, then it's like, how can you challenge your one woman to learn to do the things that you like? Because
we've been looking at it that way for years. We've been building the perfect man, baby, since the 70s.
Yeah. Look, they still
like this. A part of it.
Y'all done stressed Mel out. She had to go light up a stogie. Y'all got her fucked up.
Mel crazy.
But no, I can feel that. So Watts, when you said you partially agree, what you mean? What part didn't you agree with?
I don't really like dating multiple women long, like, cause one, like, women just a headache. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like,
and why? Why do you have to date multiple women? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you said what?
A lot of women don't even want.
I don't have to. Yeah. I don't have to. And like in the past, I haven't. But that has also kind of crept me into a spot where it looks like you're basically going from one relationship right into another. Because if you say like you out there relationship, you meet somebody and you start dating them, if you only date one person at a time, like the whole dating process, you getting to know them, you're basically in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where the partially agree part becomes, because it's like at no point you never like spend time like for real to yourself, like, or like none of that. It's really, it always looks like you don't ever really figure out what you like for real, because it's like I just did that. I met you, you cool, you cute, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, because I approached you or you approached me, you know what I'm saying? So let's try it. Like, I don't feel like everybody you first meet deserves like I said, like you being exclusive to them. Because if that's the case, every time you first meet somebody, you're going to be exclusive to them.
So y'all concept of dating one individual person is the same concept of
no. I'm not saying
the private school.
You said what?
So y'all concept of dating one person is kind of like the difference between a public school and a private school. A private school, they get more individualized attention. When in public school, it's just a room full of motherfucking kids, and you just gotta run through and pick through the litter. Is that y'all concept?
Nah, not really. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I feel like we over intellectualize what it means to really get to know someone. You get to know someone just by having shared experiences together over time. It's just that simple. You can love anybody. All you need is a basic foundation of physical attraction, a basic foundation of intellectual attraction, and to somewhat live a lifestyle that's complementary to each other's lifestyle. And once you have that foundation, it's just a matter of time served. And so when you have a lot of other influences and a lot of other people coming in and out of that relationship, you can't really put the time in necessary to build the bond that will sustain a long-term relationship with someone.
But how you know that they deserve that if you like are hell bent on making it work with this person from the dating stage? Like as soon as y'all meet and you vibe, it's like I'm gonna make this work. Like I don't feel like that's the right way. It's like I don't think
you know. I think you gotta roll the dice. You gotta play if you want to win. You know what I mean?
Hell.
So then you don't play with multiple cards.
I'm experimenting myself. I'm still single too,
currency, bro.
Hey, you know what, MJ?
If that bitch once, like
if that rule applies, you need to go talk to some single mothers, motherfucker. They're gonna tell you hell nah.
Hey, now I ain't saying you gotta smash everything under the sun. You know what I'm saying?
Like, nope.
But here's the thing: how many people do you think that your grandparents had to date before they fell in love with each other? You know what I'm saying?
You can't compare that.
We ain't going back to that.
Put up with like if you ask your grandparents and shit like about stories and shit they went through, like they lasted because they was also willing to go through way more shit with like these women now. Like you did what? I'm finna leave your ass. Like back then, like granddaddy might have beat and hit everybody on the street. You know what I'm saying? He done ran through that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
And then you gotta think about the age difference with our grandparents. Yeah. My grandmother was 14 and my granddaddy was 20-something years old. You see what I'm saying? You can't compare those two in 2020 now because that's statutory rape.
See, this is my whole thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, MJ, about the concept. I don't foresee myself. Say I was to meet Mel B Friday, and we get to dating, and we cooling, and we kicking it, and we go out. We don't spend that much time together because I run a business, I work, I do this, she do the same shit, whatever the fuck she doing. We're not spending every day of our life together, right? But we get to know each other. What if I dedicate 6 months to Mel B and I find out she a pill popper? That's 6 months. I could have been fucking spending with another motherfucker.
So you mean the first 2-3 weeks you didn't see them eyes all big? You know you ain't see them go through the hallway, bumping into the wall, rubbing on the carpet. You ain't see none of that. Like
y'all getting it.
And plus, I mean, those are first date questions. Hey, you pop pills? You got a drug addiction? What's your mental health like?
I can see your ass saying that. Say, hey, do you pop?
I mean, you got to go hard.
MJ is very inquisitive.
I want to know because I made a lot of mistakes in dating. And
that nigga like
I'm a hopeless romantic. So at the end of the day, I'm looking for serendipity first and foremost. I date women that I look at and I say, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm wrong and sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I mess up. Sometimes they mess up. But at the end of the day, for me, I feel that love is a journey. I feel like you have to make a commitment to it up front. And it shouldn't take forever. Like what Common say, he said it don't take all day to recognize sunshine. It doesn't. It's just what's your level of commitment. And that is something you can learn through somebody's lifestyle, through the conversation. You know, the way people are committed to their work or their job or their kids or their family is the way that they'll be committed to you. You know what I mean? The problem is we take people who's in the streets, who's telling you they in the streets. You know what I'm saying? They in the strip club. Not saying they're nothing against strippers. You know what I mean? But these are people who are showing you that their lifestyle is fluid. They like new experiences.
You can't say that, MJ, because your lifestyle look fluid as fuck on Facebook.
Hey, and I'm single as fuck. You know what I mean? But I just came off a 2-month relationship. I just came off a 2-month relationship. And Nino, where have I been for 2 months? I ain't been on Facebook, have I? I was ghost because I was up under my girl.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
I was
That's
running
my
myself
guy.
around the country trying to make things work. And so,
That motherfucking
you know,
hand
I
too
think you have
locked.
to commit to it. It's not going to be easy, but if you want it, I think you have to decide that's the life you want. You can't go back and forth and be like, I'm happy single. Because
He called a vibe and was on it.
He called a
On
vibe.
it.
He been riding that vibe for like 3 months.
Gone.
Baby girl on the passenger seat. I can't get him,
like that right there. This the TV. I'm up on the like that right there.
Hey,
Don't worry about it.
I inboxed my man like 2 months ago. I said, I see you, motherfucker. You ain't slick.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm the type. You know, my parents been married 36 years. My sister's been married 16 years. I'm the type. I'm trying to marry somebody. You know what I mean? And I've been playing a long time, and I'm getting to a point where I'm almost done. So it just depends on where you at in your life, you know?
Yeah, that motherfucking dick gonna stop working out the while, boy. You better start trying to write something down.
What you say on Boys in the Hood? Your dick gonna fall off.
Yeah, you better go. You better go. I'm sorry, like it's something down. So George, I mean, I'm not gonna let you just be here and be observant. So how many drug dealers are you dating currently? No, done.
Please,
never know, baby.
Please,
never know.
I ain't never been no drug dealer.
I'm calling him.
I'm on camera.
Hey, so listen. So are you currently actively dating Jordan or no? No.
I want to say
okay. You better hope that nigga ain't on this line. What's his name? Anybody can block him. Oh, okay. He in jail. He's not on here. Hey,
that don't mean nothing.
Hey, listen.
Oh,
do you know when? This is when I know. Hey, this is when I know that dating in 2020 has changed. My FedEx driver or UPS driver, it was one of them, knocked on the door and dropped off a package. I opened the door and I swear to God, she was Megan Thee Stallion. I was like, God damn. I said, what you doing working out? She's like, it's seasonal. And I'm like, oh, for real? She said, yeah. I was like, what's your number? She said, I give you my Facebook name. I was like, your Facebook name. I said, just give me your damn number. If I stalk you, just block me. That's why they put it on the damn phone. And she was like, you right. Here go my number. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? So when I asked her to talk to her, nigga, she's 36 years old. You talking about give me your Facebook? Like you 21 years old. I ain't give you my damn Facebook. What's your damn number? I'll push you down the damn stairs. But that's when I learned that goddamn dating in 2020 is some bullshit. Motherfucker don't even want to give you their phone number, man. So
and then you got this whole thing with COVID, people doing dates via Zoom and some old shit. Listen, I'm not doing all that.
I mean, people get hurt and they scared to take chances, man. But like I said, you got to roll the dice if you want to win, or else you just out here moving around, burning energy for no reason. You know what I mean?
So let me ask this question: have you guys ever do dating sites like dating groups and shit like that?
I have. I've done date site like 4 years ago.
What you mean date groups?
Like you know,
the app Tinder.
Tinder is a dating group, but Facebook, you can go into a Facebook group. They got that's for singles or some shit like that. Y'all ever
one of my clients added me in one for here.
Yeah, I know. I seen you in there.
I ain't been out with nobody in there.
Yeah, I seen you on there with your shirt off and shit.
He was single the other day.
I know that.
My client.
Motherfuckers in there looking like a basketball.
If you saw it, your ass in there.
Oh.
Hey.
Motherfuckers look like Trey Songz getting out the water. I said, damn.
Ooh.
My client put me in there for sure.
So Mel B, you don't do no dating sites, no apps, and nothing like that.
Listen, in my spare time, I do it all just to see what it's talking about. I'm not even gonna sit up here in front and say that I don't. I do it all. I'm not really indulging. You know what I'm saying? I might peek in, set up a profile, see what's popping. But as far as indulging, no, I'm not indulging in none of this shit, really. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if it's somebody that is persistent enough, yeah, I'm gonna go on and see what they talking about. Just see what they talking about. Because why are you at me so hard? What's up?
Right. Okay. I was gonna ask Larry this question, but he done dipped. Mr. Watts, question for you.
What it do?
Mr. Duncan said social media give people egos that they use in real life. That kills dating in 2020. Have you ever reached out to a chick or had a chick? Because I know you do training, you do workouts and stuff like that. Have you ever had a situation where you was catfished, not just by appearance, but lifestyle? Have you ever been catfished or anything like that?
Not by somebody like I shot at, but I've definitely seen some people who like their income don't match their profile. I've seen people who
I like how you put that. Their income don't match.
They're who they supposed to be.
I've met some people like, I'm for real, like how you like sometimes I need to be posting like Balenciagas and bottles in the club, and I tell them training is like $100 sometimes. They be like, I be like, nigga, what? Like, never mind. We ain't gonna get into that. But with women, like sometimes like have come in and be like, I talked to you on Instagram. I be like, no, you didn't. And then I go back. I be like, okay, that's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but not as far as like me pursuing nobody. But I definitely think that social media, I feel like we too old to get caught up in the social media comparing my lifestyle shit. Like, if you are damn near 90s baby dog and you caught up in being depressed and comparing your lifestyle and your journey and your process to a selected few pictures somebody posts from every so often in their life, like, then like, man, you need clinical help. Like, you should not be like, we should not be caught up in there. And I don't think that us being able, like, nigga, like, if you like a 90s baby, like, nigga, all of us snuck porn DVDs and looked at like shit online. Like, we grew up with the twerk team. You know what I'm saying? Like, we been seeing ass thrown. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if like that shit is like fascinating you to the point now to where you can't focus on what's in front of you, like, again, you need clinical help, dog. Like, I don't feel like men, like, the age, like, I feel like if you like 20, like, you're not a man. Like, you, like, I thought I was a man at 20, like, I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so, like, if you're a man now, like, you shouldn't, like, that shit, I really feel, and if I'm dealing with somebody to where social media is affecting our interactions and shit like that, like, I'm immediately kind of withdraw from the, you know what I'm saying, the shit, like, I don't get into that shit. Like,
yeah,
people go as so far as to be in whole relationships with people via social media.
Wow.
And then once that camera is off, they living in two separate rooms or even two separate houses. Like, who are you putting on the show for? And why is it that serious for you?
Like, you know what? It's so much stuff that I see on social media as it pertains to dating. It just blow my mind.
Yeah.
And fellas, I don't mean to blow up the spot when I say this, but I love when I see a woman post her boyfriend and then put an emoji over his face. I said, I bet you that nigga like, yes!
Yeah.
I said, I bet you that nigga be like, oh, thank you, Lord, yes, Lord.
I said that I'll never have another public relationship another day in my life. Period.
Everybody know who that is, though. Like, if they
it doesn't make no sense to me when I see that. When I see a woman post her dude and put an emoji over his face, it's like, baby, you not hurting the women that know him. You hurting yourself, because 9 times out of 10, somebody that he sees is like, damn, that looks like him, but I'm not sure.
I know that pocket right there. I know that sleeve.
They go to the tattoos. I know that tattoo on that nigga arm, that nigga hand.
I've seen them jeans a million times. I know.
Yeah.
That shit be cracking me up, man. I'm like, why is she doing that? She's saving this nigga's soul right now. Hey, I remember when I used to date, and I used to try to date monogamous. I used to try to do one-on-one, and I used to have to get in the car, and I used to have to unhook my Bluetooth, so if somebody called, it won't show up on the radio. Because it ain't nothing like being in the car and somebody call and it show up, you like,
hey, my son won't let me be great. So I got to ride.
all right, hey, somebody, Christina Hale said yes to Daddy Duty. But no, so at the end of the day, what advice and what tips would y'all give to anybody that's watching this show as it pertains to dating? Ladies, what tips would you give the men? Men, what tips would you give the ladies? Damn, y'all got quiet.
I got one. Y'all know I got one. Give somebody that you're really intrigued in your raw, unadulterated self. If she come over your house and you got roaches and your dirty drawers is there because you just got off work, leave them motherfuckers right there. That's you. This is how you come home every day. Your living room looks like fucking Foot Locker. You got a dirty bowl of cereal sitting there from where you was high and ate a bowl of cereal at 3 a.m. Do not have some bitch come over there and make your house look like Molly Mae came over that motherfucker, because it ain't gonna look like that next week.
Right.
Give that woman your raw, unadulterated self. Fart on the date for the first time. Just don't let one go.
Man, my house before she come over.
Man, you know what? My first 3 things. I don't wash, I don't fold clothes, I don't clean the tub, and I'm gonna always look at butt. Them 3 things you gotta know about me right off the wham. If you can't deal with them 3 things, because you're gonna be folding clothes, you're gonna be washing the tub, and you either gonna have to look at butt with me or have an attitude when you get in the car. But
if I'm really feeling you, then I'ma accept that, because that's my nigga. That's how my nigga ride. Now I might not come over your house and take a shower. Yeah. But
now, hold on. Now, keep in mind, when I say I don't clean tubs, that don't mean my tub ain't clean.
I get that. That's what you like. That's you.
Yeah. Somebody.
But it might not be me.
Somebody cleaning that motherfucker.
Somebody gonna clean that motherfucker and get in that bitch and take a shower with you. That's fine.
You goddamn right. I ain't got no problem with paying a motherfucker to clean up. You hear me? What you got, Jordan?
I'll say this, and this is I'm giving advice to myself. Don't let social media dictate the relationship. Like, don't worry about who page you liking or who likes your page or your posting, things like that. But that was an issue for me within my last relationship.
Really? What you was doing? Jumping down his neck with too many girls like his post?
You said say it again?
I said, what were you doing? Jumping down his neck when women like his post, put emojis under his post?
Yep.
Oh Lord, no. Why?
It was advice for me, so I know going forward I won't do that anymore. Don't worry about it too much anymore.
Nah, man, you gotta let that.
Yeah, you gotta let that slide.
That's so public.
You couldn't be with Mr. Watts, then you would kill his ass.
Well, I already know.
Or MJ.
That motherfucker ain't never got no shirt on. You gonna kill his ass.
Man, yes I do, bro. Chill. Hey.
Fellas, what y'all got? What is the message? I mean, what is the tip that y'all would give to ladies if they wanted to try dating, man, what's the tips y'all got for them?
What I'm gonna say, keep your insecurities in check, man, because not every dude that you meet is looking for a way to mess you over. Just because your ex did you like this and did you like that doesn't mean that every man that you meet in the future is going to do that. And a guy who is really making an effort to build a relationship with you built based on trust is going to have a really low tolerance for your insecurities. You know what I mean? So just, you have to roll the dice. There's no way around it. If you're not in a mental place to where you can begin to build trust with somebody, then you need to spend some time with yourself.
Right. And then I want to piggyback off that really quick, as well as like having a keen understanding of what those insecurities are, because it's quite often when you talk to women, they give you this unrealistic expectation of what to expect, when in all actuality, them motherfuckers got insecurities that they ain't even sat down and talked to a therapist about. It's like, no, you said it was this. It's definitely not that. It's this, motherfucker. Your ass sit down on somebody's couch with your foot up. So,
and sometimes their insecurities are projections of things that they've done or are doing. So if you know that you're not right, then you got to get yourself right before you can build that level.
They come falling out that closet, don't they?
Right.
You see an arm hanging halfway out there.
If a man loves you, it's a great deal of things that he can put up with as long as you bring it to him. Give him some time so that he can process it and work through them. But a nigga got one shot at finding out something, and we not like women. We not going to stick around. You know what I mean? So it's better to just deal with your issues, get them out on the table. And even if you still got things going on, put it on the table and let a guy make a decision. If that's something he can deal with,
For sure. I guess that's my go. I would say, man, slow down and be patient. I would say there's no time. Everybody's timeline is different. Like some people like so-and-so proposed in 6 months. I'd be like, that's cool. Like, or what? Like, and don't get caught up in. Like, a lot of times you'll lose yourself and the situation in chasing the title. Like, you'll lose really right where you are. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fine. Y'all, the ball is rolling. But then it's like, you happy as hell. They happy as hell. Like, I want a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of like letting the cards unfold, it ain't kind of similar to what he said. A lot of times it ain't necessarily a dude trying to like play around with you or lead you on or like take forever either. A lot of times we got more shit that we got to figure out. You feel me? So really just like pace shit. And yeah, y'all might like each other. Y'all might have a fucking ball when y'all around each other. But that don't mean y'all meant to be together forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure with your exes, like, y'all had a fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was like, and that shit came to a halt at some point. So, man, stay in the situation, in the present. Of course, have a goal in mind. You need to have a clear understanding that you want a relationship, I want a relationship. We might be dating, whatever, but we fuck with each other. All right, cool. All right, let's work on that. You know what I'm saying? That would be my advice. That's to the niggas too. Like, a dude meet a woman and wanna, like, especially like he feel like she bad, he wanna lock her down like that. I'm like, man, you don't know her, she don't know you. Like,
she's still using paper towels as pads and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, slow down, bro. Like, yeah, slow down.
Okay. Well, look, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna kind of piggyback on for a little bit of everybody. I'm gonna say this. Women, exactly what Mr. Watt said. Men, we are looking at everything that you're doing, trying to see where we fit and where you fit in our life. Example, I've actually kind of started liking somebody one time. I was like, man, I kind of like her. She needed help to go get her car from another town. It was like an hour and a half away. I drove her an hour and a half to get her car. We stopped at a restaurant. I paid for her food and everything. 2 days later, somebody bought her a little necklace. And she got on Facebook crying, talking about this is the first time anybody has ever did something nice for her.
Wow.
And my mind, I'm like,
dismiss your ass.
so you a materialistic person. So next, so you out because I'm not buying shit. This is not something I do. So that exit out. Another chick that I was like, damn, I'm interested in her. She cool. She told me all these things about this dude that was trying to holler at her, that was trying to smash, and she ain't fucking with him because he thought he was just gonna get some pussy and all this. I FaceTimed her one day and he was over there cutting her son hair. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, so you weak. You weak. You talk all that extra shit, but really you like the nigga. You weak or you a liar. It's one or the other. So she got exit. So even when she calls or texts, I'm hitting ignore because I see something in you that I don't want in the woman that I would settle down with. You see what I'm saying? So keep in mind that we are paying attention to every fucking thing you're doing because we have to. Because once a man, and him today can protest to this, we investing, we investing, we building, we empowering, we putting your name on deeds, we doing all kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's number one. That's the first thing is keep in mind that we are always paying attention. The next thing is also what they said, slow the fuck down. Slow down. Like, I know you like me. I know you gonna catch my wave. You gonna catch my vibe. But slow the fuck down. We ain't gotta be in a relationship in 6 months. 3 nigga, I could date you for 2 goddamn years. Slow down. You don't automatically have to start cutting off your hoes because this nigga opened the door for you. Girl, he opened the door for me. I ain't had that in forever. He the one. No, he just opened your goddamn door. You see what I'm saying? So slow down. Take a deep breath. It's okay. I know I touched your ribs the other night, but slow down.
Touch them. Tickle them motherfuckers.
But look, hey, what's up, Josh? Hey, but do y'all have anything else, man, as it pertains to dating?
I want to piggyback off of what you said a little bit before we leave. Like, in regards to where you said we pay attention to everything, like, we pay attention to it because we want to notice if it's a pattern. Like, yeah, I might not fuck with it, but if you don't do that shit that much, I'm not even gonna speak on it because it's just gonna bring about a situation like that's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of times, and to us, like, when we're ready to settle down for real, like, that shit is really an investment. Like, I'm not taking on, I know you're a liability. Like, no, hell no. Like, no, like, you completely unpredictable, like, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you don't have no end game in life. You don't have no real goals for real. Like, so, like, no, you can't do that. Like, I don't need to spend time trying to help you find your purpose in life. Like, no, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and it's just making sure you have and add value to yourself to be an asset for real. Like, I get that women want a nigga with some money. Like, yeah, like, niggas should want to have some money. I don't understand why that's a problem. Like,
but let me say this.
Can I jump in too off of what he just said too, man?
Go ahead.
Get done. All right, real quick. Piggybacking off of what both y'all said, all right, about investing, about the investment of a woman. Every loss that I've ever taken in my life has been because of a bad mistake I made with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Every financial loss. And some of those took a couple weeks to recover from. Some of them took months to recover from. And so at 36 years old, I don't have the time. I got shit to lose now. You know what I'm saying? It was cool in high school, college, where you just get your ego bruised. But now I got things on the line. And so with that being said, you have to really be upfront because what I know about, I can plan for. If you still got other people you seeing, you still got other things you want to do with your life, you want to be on the scene and this and that, you're not ready to move in a real relationship now, let me know. We can kick it. We'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? But once I see that this is going to be a reoccurring issue or this is going to be a liability, I got to cut it loose.
Right.
It doesn't matter if I like you or not. It doesn't matter if I love you or not. I have to cut it loose. I have to. So I think it's important just keep in mind, like, communication is key. women love communication. We love communication too. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to have hard conversations because that's what develops. You know, I'm not a biblical person, but the Bible says rejoice in trials and tribulations of all kinds because it makes you complete, not lacking anything. And so if we don't want our relationship to lack, we got to go through the hard conversations and the hard times so that we can build that character. You know what I mean?
Right. Mel, I want to let you go, but I want to piggyback off that thought, but I want you to go first.
I just want to say this in regards to finances. Us women, if we're really, really into you, sometimes what you're bringing to the table don't matter because we already got our foundation already.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You mean
However,
financial foundation,
like especially us single mothers, we already have to worry about a head, food. We got to worry about a roof over our head. We got to worry about food. We got to worry about a car, all that good stuff, doing oil changes. My friend do oil changes on her own car. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about what you're going to do for me when you come through. You feel what I'm saying? We don't want no broke nigga. Let me say that. But if you have shortcomings, sometimes that doesn't matter. I'm going to love you for you once I get to that point. But that really, we can take, in 2020, we can take finances off the table.
I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is I want to be a superhero. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the person my woman and my kids look up to and say, that is that nigga, that is daddy. You know what I'm saying? On both ends. And I can't do that if you used to, every time your car broke down, you call a Larry to come and do the brakes. That's supposed to be my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so when it comes to our relationship, it's how can you support me in making sure that I can get us everything that we need? But that's just my
Some men don't even know how to do brakes, oil changes, and all that good shit. Don't even know how to change tires.
Some men go to work and put that money down to get those done. So it's like if you used to getting your needs met through other men, how am I going to be the provider?
How you ever gonna respect him?
Exactly.
Another thing that I kind of wanted to piggyback off what Watt said, being an asset and a liability. A lot of women don't know the difference in that. Like you gotta understand that if mentally I'm drained when I get off work and when I get home, I'm gonna spend more time at home because work is a motherfucking asset. You're a goddamn liability. The longer you here, you making the light bill go up. And I know so many women who have children that feel like men don't fuck with women with children. It's like, no, we don't fuck with unruly, badass children and women with badass spending habits and no budgets. No, we don't.
Who think that they are performing at maximum efficiency. That's the thing. No. I done dated a girl before who did not have a job, did not have a car, and really didn't have much of a place to live. And every day she would preach to me about how independent she was. And I would say, how? Everything you got is off the back of somebody else.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody yesterday. This motherfucker do Uber Eats. This motherfucker do Lyft. This motherfucker do she get plasma. This motherfucker do all kind of shit. And I was like, hey, and I was saying something to her. I was like, damn. I said, but you know what? You got a smart ass mouth. And she said, well, that's something you got to deal with. Anything I'm with gonna have to deal with that. No, they won't. That's why you give him plasma and shit. Like your mouth is a motherfucking liability. Don't nobody want to deal with that motherfucking mouth. Like, but I don't think women know that. Like, women don't understand. One thing that I can tell you, I realize is when you get with these women that are independent, they may be organized, right? They may be, they bills may be paid, but they don't have discipline. So a good man can come in and provide discipline in a household that structures their life and make their life motherfucker run easy. See what I'm saying? Like it's so many women that I know with children. Their household don't have no discipline.
Right. Structure, vision, all these things matter. This is what relationships are for. Everybody doesn't have to bring the same thing to the table. Everybody doesn't have to bring money to the table. Everybody plays their role and complements each other. Right. You know what I mean? And the man is true partnership. Is supposed to be that source of that vision and that discipline. But you cannot all right, we out of the caveman stage. I can't beat you over the head and force you to submit to me. You know what I'm saying? I can't beat you over the head and force you to take my leadership and instruction. You know
so
what I mean?
the woman is willingly submissive to the man that she wants.
Absolutely.
Willingly.
And that's the only man you should date.
You know what? In 2006, in 1990, I say yes. In 2020, women
like that, bro.
Women will submit. Most women, the 2020 mind women, will only submit to men that they think are fine. That nigga ain't gotta have nothing else. That bitch ain't gotta have nothing else. He ain't gotta have no car.
Girl, he fine.
He ain't gotta have no car. He ain't gotta have no job.
Girl, that dick is 12 inches.
I see, do you know how many women I see standing next to broke niggas posting them on social media talking about that's daddy
on
right
a bike, on the back of that nigga bike with him. Bitch, you on the bus stop with this motherfucker talking about we go.
But you know that nigga's not gonna call her to another level. He's not gonna look at her and say, hey, we ain't doing this right. Let's do it another way. He not
see what I'm saying?
He's not gonna do that. And see, that's what I'm saying. In 2020, you don't have to be a man. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is lay good dick and tell good lies. And guess what? Use that. Use that.
Sickness.
Use the
gold.
Use that.
And post the lifestyle that they want to see that attract them. That's
I've seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Post the lifestyle that they want to see, or that they're attracted to, or they think that they're attracted to. Catch them one time and you won. Like
everything from the chain down to the tennis shoes be fake.
They gonna find out that by the time they find out that you kept, like, they too deep at that point. Now they trying to help fix you. You know what I'm saying? Now they trying to help turn you into what they thought you was. And then when that don't work, they mad, frustrated. You had so much potential. Nah, man, you saw a good.
That's when he becomes a fuck boy.
Hey, what do y'all think about this comment? Because I always get iffy feelings about this. It says, sometimes those independent women need a man to take charge, but most men are intimidated by that independence. What do y'all, fellas, what y'all think about that when you read that?
I think that, I don't think so. One, I don't think no woman needs a man to take charge. Like, I think that women
I don't think a man can.
I think getting to that too. Like, I think that women are fully capable, and I really think that, like, at the end of the day, like, in real partnerships, like, a man, like, he gonna be like, let me check with my, you know what I'm saying? Let me check with my wife. Like, she's gonna be like this shit look good. Like, the man is gonna value the numbers. He gonna look at the reality of the situation. When it comes down to making this decision based on, like, intuition, and do I think this will really be good?
Logic.
Like, it's for the woman. Like, the woman definitely makes that decision. So, and like, I don't like independent, powerful women. Like, they inspire me. Like, I don't.
See, when I
real quick, y'all. Cause I'm about to keep it real. I'm about to say some stuff that a lot of women are not gonna like. Okay.
Say it.
Say what you gotta say, Victor.
Submission is a gift. You give submission to the dude that you with. He can't take it, because the way that you take submission to someone is either physically or financially. You see what I'm saying? Your kids submit to you because they ain't got no money. They ain't got no place to live. They have to submit to you. You know, if you're having an altercation with another guy and y'all go to blows and he can't whoop you, he gotta submit to you because he physically cannot overcome you. And so if you're a woman who doesn't want to be in a situation where you're dealing with domestic violence, or don't want to be in a situation where you're dealing with a guy who's using money to push you into things, you have to make the decision that I trust this guy. I trust his character. I've watched his track record. I see how he does his work. I see how he's been in his other relationships. I see how he is with his kids and his family. And I make a conscious decision to submit to this man. Outside of that, there is no way that nobody could force you into submission, because every resource that we have in our country right now is meant to empower women. You have all the power.
When I read that first comment, I need a man to take charge, but most men are intimidated by my independence. And then she follow up and she says, when I say men when I say take charge, I mean when you have a woman who's been doing it on her own, it's hard to relinquish that power to let a man lead. And that's what I hear. I've been doing it by myself. See, what y'all gotta understand is in my entire existence of living, 36 years old, I've only dealt with one fucking woman that didn't have kids. And I've been in a lot of relationships. So when I come into these relationships, a lot of these women ain't never had a real man before. So when she tell her son or daughter to go to your room and don't come out till I tell you to, and the kid come out 5 minutes later because they want to, and I'm looking like, hey, didn't you just tell a little motherfucker go to the room? They looking at me like, mind your business. I'm like, no,
don't talk to my kid like
don't
that.
talk to my kid like that. So when you say they don't want to submit, no, we don't want to argue. Motherfucker don't want to fight you to help you empower your life, to give you structure. Don't nobody win. I ain't never seen a motherfucker wrestle me to make my life better.
It ain't even that niggas don't want to a lot of times. They can't. You risk them your freedom. You listen to your freedom at that point.
Yeah,
because if you get in an altercation and y'all outside arguing each other, they not gonna lock her up. You going to jail.
And you know what? A lot of the women who use that intimidated concept is not intimidating. It's not intimidating. Most men don't have the skill to navigate through conflict successfully. They don't have the skill to communicate through conflict. So if you barking, bark, most niggas only know two options. I'm gonna smack your ass, I'm gonna pull the pistol out. That's it. That's the only conflict resolution word.
I don't know about that pistol play now. That's so aggressive.
Why is it so aggressive?
But yeah.
You say that, but look at the news tomorrow. You're gonna say, man shot woman, such and such shot. That's been going on for goddamn 10 years now in Nashville because women don't know how to navigate. We weren't equipped with the proper communication skills to be positive and communicate. So when
wisdom is to be sought, though, bro. Like we grown, you can't. That's the same as like accepting a woman to say what, like you accepting from a woman that, well, that's just how I am. Like, nah, like we're grown. Like if you can't communicate it, you gotta, like, when the shit come about, you gotta recognize the situation. Like, look, I ain't the best at this. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like,
right. And see, like, that takes a certain kind of man to be able to acknowledge the fact that he's not good at that. Think about it. You gotta ask yourself this: if what you saying is a 2020 thing, the prison is full of niggas right now who can't communicate.
DV charges. Stupid domestic violence charges.
Right.
Yeah, but it can't be two chiefs in one village, though. You know what I mean? Somebody got to be an Indian, and I'm at the age now where that's one thing I'm not going to debate about. That and
then that's a delicate dance too that you're doing with your partner. When you are submissive to your partner, you know when you need to step forward, and you know when you need to step back. It's certain situations and certain rooms where your woman's gonna have to take charge, and it's certain rooms where your man is gonna have to take charge. That's a delicate dance. And when you have the right partner, you're gonna be able to do that dance and that salsa with ease and beauty. A lot of people don't get that. That's when you know you got the right partner. When you sitting at the motherfucking front of your driveway and the police pull up, and your woman is the one that got to go out there and dissolve the situation, and your man has to step back. Do you see what I'm saying? Those are situations that you have to be in tune with your partner about. And when you're not in tune, that's when you get this conflict, and y'all at each other's heads constantly.
If there's no structure, if you have not predetermined what your role is in the relationship, then that's when you get to that point. Because if two people are fighting to solve the same problem, you're bumping heads a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Another thing I want to see women stop doing, you got to stop charging men with the crimes that the boys that y'all fall in love with commit. Because you motherfuckers will date a nigga, he ain't got no car, no job, he ain't seen his kids in 9 months, but then you get it. Soon as he breaks your heart, you go, man, fuck all that. I'm not dating. Niggas ain't shit. No. That
nigga you chose.
You chose ain't shit. Like Like I literally can have a conversation with a woman and she like, I'm not fucking with him. He sell drugs, he snort powder, he do this, I'm not fucking with him. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't. 2 days later, what you doing? He just took me to eat. Well, damn, I thought you weren't fucking with the nigga.
She was hungry and broke. That nigga had a free meal.
3 days later, he at the house. He spent the night. 2 days later, I don't really fuck with him like that. He just be coming over from time to time. No, you knew what the fuck was going on with him, but now you charge all men for that. That's all men fault. All men.
Hey, I gotta run, y'all. But,
all right, okay.
I'm about to have to run too.
We about to slide out, man. I want to thank everybody for joining, man. I got some things in the work to make this a real live show. So hopefully, man, everybody continue to tune in. I appreciate everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody for joining. If y'all have any questions, y'all want any topics y'all need us to tap on, hop into the inbox. If y'all got any final words, go ahead and get those out now.
Thank you. This was very informative. I appreciate it. Seriously,
man. I can't wait for the next one.
All right, most definitely.
Peace, y'all.
Most definitely. Hope y'all have a blessed day, man. Thank y'all.
Peace.